Being a woman has its advantages, but it's not an easy ride. Balancing careers, relationships, motherhood, family, and life can be quite the challenge. Sometimes you have to be a lady, and sometimes you gotta be a broad. Welcome to the Two Broads from Boca, the place where we talk about all the things you think about but don't say out loud.
Hey everybody, we are back. It is Monday again, and we are full-blown into summer. I am Amy Schreiben, and this is my beautiful, lovely
You do not have summer hair. I do.
No, you don't. I
It's
think your hair's
frizzy. Your
beautiful.
hair's not frizzy.
No, you know why? Because I burnt my ear flat ironing it today. No, that was the other day I burnt my ear. I'm very shiny, I see that I'm shiny on the air. I don't know why I'm shiny.
The shine will continue from now until like October.
All I can tell you
Can't
is
get rid of
that it's not fun being in South Florida
dewy.
right now. It's very
It's
dewy.
the dewy
or
look.
moist, as we like to. She hates that word.
Oh, please. with
But
the
yeah,
ones.
but we're looking good here. We are looking good. Hello, Eric. How are you? I think that we need to discuss what's coming Sunday. It's Father's Day.
You say it so enthusiastically.
No, because you know what? I have an issue with Father's Day and Mother's Day because Mother's Day, we have to spend it with the family.
Look, my
Father's
mother's
Day-
calling me right now. Mom.
Joni, we're on the air.
Yeah.
Um,
Only happens every Monday at 7 p.m. Just saying.
um, yeah, and you also need to follow us on Instagram and on Twitter, but that's a whole other thing. But why do fathers get to do what they want to do?
Because they, you know what it
Father's
is?
Day?
They just do it, and we don't.
Well, why don't we? I'm tired
That's a
of
good
this.
question.
I
Why
know.
don't we?
I don't know. I think, are we weak?
Can we start a Mother's Day club?
I think we should start a Mother Effers Club. That's what I think we should start.
A Mother's Day club with all the moms that don't want to spend
With
that day
being harassed.
instead of, I mean, we're already the 364 other days.
Yeah,
So
they don't
all
even
the
give you
moms
the
that
birthday
don't
off,
want to do
let's
it
call
that day, we form a little club and everybody goes somewhere together.
I don't even want to be with those people. I want to be by myself. No, I
All
think
right,
that's a
so
good
you'll be the only
idea.
person in your club. That's
no,
okay.
No, I don't mind doing that, but I just don't understand what is the whole Father's Day thing, you know?
I know. I agree.
Like we grew them in our bodies. Can you just like let us alone? Seriously, like they were in us from the beginning.
I know.
Stop it. Just stop it. So I'm that's something. So are you doing anything for Father's Day?
I made dinner reservations because
I did too, but he doesn't want to do that.
my guy will be out doing what he loves to do all day. So
My-
maybe he'll show up for dinner. Maybe
I
he
give
won't,
I
don't
give a
know.
little slack because mine will be working. However, that being said, last year for Father's Day it was great because he was working. I brought him a whole bunch of sandwiches from the Publix, and then I treated the nurses too.
Oh, that was nice.
I did. I brought everybody lunch. He got a special sandwich and stuff, and the whole picnic basket. I went with like a really nice person with the kids, and that was it. But this year he's going to be working only in the morning, and then he'll be home. And I made reservations, and he doesn't want to do that. So I guess
Are you
Mammy will be cooking.
Get in the kitchen.
Barefoot in the kitchen, but the pregnancy part is over.
Uh-huh.
But that's that. So are you doing? Did you get him a gift?
Yes.
I haven't done that yet. And any suggestions, I am welcoming. Anything you want to say, I would be very happy. I don't think beheadings are on the list though. Of gifts.
No.
Yeah, I need gift ideas quickly. I was thinking about upgrading his phone. What do you think?
It's a great gift.
All right, that's what I'll do then. All right, I'll write that down because I forget. All right, so I got to go to AT&T. But if you have any other suggestions, I mean, doesn't wear jewelry or cologne. I don't know.
Hobbies.
Hobbies.
Does he have a hobby?
He watches sports 24/7. He's got all the sports channels.
New sports jersey or
Okay, really? The Eagles won the Super Bowl this year. You don't think I bought him 750 things of memorabilia?
tickets?
No, I am not. I go to enough games.
She asked for suggestions.
I've been on a baseball field.
Did she not
since
ask for
Friday.
suggestions?
Yeah, but I can't do that because he has season Eagle tickets. My whole life is centered around sports. I can't. No,
Hey,
I'm
listen,
not doing it.
You married it.
I did marry it, and then I gave birth to two of them. I'm done. I'm done with everything. I used to love baseball. I don't love it anymore because I'm tired of it.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
lot.
tired of it. That's a whole other topic for another day, and we're going to have that discussion.
Yes.
September. We're going to have Dr.
What's
Rudnick
everybody
back
else
on.
doing for Father's Day?
Yeah, what are you doing for Father's Day?
Dads?
I
besides
say hello to everyone that's watching.
heading out of the house.
We have a new watcher, Jessica Von Kessel. Hello, Jessica Von
Hello.
Kessel. I love Jessica Von Kessel. She's a lovely girl. She's
Cool
very
name.
beautiful, too.
I want to mention
What?
last night, very briefly. I think it was wonderful. The Marjorie Stoneman Douglas students
At the Tony
Tonys.
Awards.
Amazing. Not a dry eye there with that performance. Of course, people today were, what about security? What about, you know what?
What do you
Give
mean?
them that moment. Oh, that the school hasn't fixed the security and all the negative
Well,
on a
I heard a lot of things
positive-
today, like, veterans risk their life every day, police risk their lives every day, cops, firemen, whatever. They're not getting a Tony Award.
I don't understand why people throw in things to a basket.
I didn't say that. I just
that
said
has
this
nothing
is
to
what
do
I
with
heard.
anything.
I
Give
know.
them their moment. It was a great moment.
They were lovely.
They were
Weren't
incredible.
They were like professional.
I mean, take the whole Robert De Niro nonsense
That was
out
not
of the whole thing.
appropriate. That was just, you don't.
Okay,
get-
can I?
wanna
And
be
I'm going to say
entertained.
this. I don't want to get political. I'm just going to point out the fact that when has it become acceptable to use expletives?
Expletives.
F-bombs. F-bombs on national television.
Because he is crazy.
No, but my point is
I
now
didn't
young
even watch
children can't even watch a award show because there's
Forget
cursing
about young children.
through
But
the
I have
whole
a question
thing.
to ask you. Why do we have to talk about politics when we're watching an award show?
But I agree with you. That's wrong on every
I
level.
want to be entertained.
because they're abusing the platform.
But I
the
want to get away from
cursing,
that.
saying F Trump, and they wonder why we have a problem in this country with adolescents not respecting authority
No,
figures.
I agree.
He's bashing the president, whether he likes him,
It's
he doesn't
okay.
like him.
You can bash
Why
away, but
do you
not.
have to say
not on the
that? Why do you have to
Tony
say
Awards.
F
It's not the-
Trump more than once?
It's not. It's not the platform for that. I think, I think it's very amazing that celebrity has an opportunity to have a platform. And I
you
don't
agree with F Trump?
No, I don't. I don't agree. F Obama. I don't agree any of that. What I agree is that this is the Tony Awards, and I'm watching this for 2 hours or 3 hours to be entertained and get away from what's going on in the world. And the fact that those kids were on that show and they brought light and love to a
Right.
situation, let them have it. I don't want to hear about your political opinion. I don't want to hear about who you voted for. I don't care what you think. You're there to entertain me.
It's nothing but a bitch fest
It
anymore.
is,
You
and I
can't
don't
even
like
take
it.
a positive thing without hearing.
I don't want to
negative, and
hear. I
just
don't
am
want to
tired of
hear.
it.
Even
annoying.
even when the Oscars were last year and it was the Me Too thing and the women wore certain clothing and stuff like that. Fine. I don't want to talk about it. I support you and everything. I think it's terrible what went happen to those poor women that were raped by that man. But I don't think that that's the forum to discuss it. Have a news conference, have a press conference just for that, not at an entertaining event. I don't think it's appropriate. I just don't. That
Right.
would be like going to the baseball game for guys and watching a baseball game. Not that guys don't like the Tonys or the Oscars, I'm not saying that. And then in the middle of the thing, the announcer starts talking about politics.
I know. That's not what
That's
you're
why
there
I
for.
don't agree with the
I know.
kneeling. You want to kneel. See, this is how I feel. And you can yay me or nay me. This is a boy, a young man, Colin Kaepernick, who started the kneeling thing. You are a biracial young man who was a product of a black dad and a white mom. You were adopted by a white family. Okay, so when you talk about white privilege, you were raised in white privilege because you got the opportunities that a biracial child, you could say, maybe would not get. Okay, instead of taking a knee at the field where you're insulting many people who don't think that that's respectful, your fan base, take your situation being a biracial adopted child, go into the community and reach out to those kids who are just like you. Or bring
Well, that's the thing.
awareness
I
to
mean,
that.
bring solutions. Don't just use
So
the platform
I'm
to open your mouth.
certain that he has done things. I'm not certain, I should say. I don't know if he's done things in the community. I'm hoping that he did, because I think his struggle I don't think he had a struggle being raised where he was raised. I think that he had a struggle probably dealing with the fact that he was adopted and a biracial child. That has to be hard.
You know what? I don't want to examine him.
No, but I'm
It's
just
not-
saying, I
it's
think
not-
what he did is, for me, not the right way to go about what he wanted to
Listen,
do.
everybody now is a political activist, a mental health therapist. Now everybody's, reach out to me. Reach out to me. You have a problem. Reach out to me.
She's Pocahontas. I'm the broad. That's all. I just don't get it. I don't understand. So I have to tell you, I have a beef with the ACT, and you're all going to hear about it today. And I'm not going to name names, but I probably will and get in trouble. But the ACT was given Saturday down here, I would imagine across the country. And my son was scheduled to take the ACT, not at his high school because they don't give it in June and July at his high school. And he goes to the test center, and he's allotted extra time for an accommodation. And he gets there, and they said, there's no accommodation for you. And he's like, what are you talking about? I've always had accommodation. They're like, no, you have to go home. So he calls me up, and he's rightfully so upset. So I call this test center because they open on the weekends. However, in our side, we're Eastern Standard Time. We start our test at 8 a.m., which is 7 a.m. at Central Time, which is when the ACT opens, which I don't understand because if all your tests are given across the country, your butts need to be at those desks at 6 a.m. in case there's a glitch like there was. So I call them, get through, and they tell me, oh, it's our mistake. We're really sorry, but he can't take the test because the test already started. Too bad, he's going to have to wait till July. Now, when you have a child who has anxiety, that is not the response that you're looking for. So ACT, I am calling you out, the College Board, because I think that your system is broken. And in my opinion, I really think that this whole system of how you assess a child to go to college, and my son did very well on them, but in the past when he took them, but how you assess a child is so ridiculous and so dated and so unrealistic. You're going to test a child in one day, particularly an anxious child, and expect to understand what kind of student this kid is. Ridiculous. Because if you looked at my test scores, you'd be like, really? Because I didn't even break 1,000 when I took my SATs. So we need to advocate for our children, because if we don't, nobody else will, because nobody cares. It's all a money-making game. So if we stop the process, so ACT, College Board, I'm calling you out. I think it was disgusting, and I'm just letting everyone know, and you should hashtag the ACT, because I'm pissed.
Alrighty.
I am. I'm very annoyed with the whole thing.
I will tell you this.
Yes.
On to a different subject. I normally don't miss school because I like the sleeping in, although my daughter just started. She's taking a summer course. So it started today. So
Good times.
yeah, I'm back into the school mode as it is. But these kids never stop eating. I feel like a short order cook. I used to go to Publix once or twice a week, the most 3 times. I'm there every day because they're eating me out of house and home.
It's bad when the lady at the cold cuts counter says, you were just here 2 days ago. She did. She said,
I always think like somebody threw
nice
something
lady.
out. Like, how could they have possibly gone through 2 pounds of cold cut meat?
She said to me, she goes, baby, you were just here 2 days ago. I'm like, I have 2 boys. She goes, that's enough said. How much do you need? And it's terrible.
I mean, I will literally just get finished washing all the dishes and the pots and
here
everything,
comes
and they're
another.
coming back in. Oh, I'm hungry again.
Let me ask you this. Do your children use a new cup for every single
a
beverage?
new spoon for everything. They throw the spoon down and open the drawer in the same and pull another spoon out. I'm like,
I have literally killed the environment because I have like plastic cups from Costco, and if they take water and then they take water again, it's a new cup.
but
I'm
I
like,
just,
what's wrong? What, like, is there something I'm missing?
this is the first summer. I mean, they're both home. Like, they're
they
not
eat,
at
they
camp.
sloppy,
And I'm like,
they smell. I'm
freaking
done.
out
I don't wanna
already.
be a
I
mother
can't. I couldn't wait to leave tonight to come here.
Just don't. I don't wanna
Because
be-
I won't. I mean, as soon as I get home, it'll be a disaster again.
I'm
and they'll
done
be
with
hungry.
this whole parenting thing. Getting in the
Me
argument,
too.
Getting the hell out of town. Should we go?
Maybe
you're
that
gonna
should
read
be the
about us
Father's
one
Day
day.
gift.
Yeah,
Tickets for us.
We're gone. We're leaving. I'm done. I'm done with the whole mothering thing. I just don't like it. I'm done.
It's exhausting.
I'm exhausted all the
And
time.
summer's supposed to be easier.
If we keep talking about this, I'm going to start to cry. I just can't. I can't. I spent the whole weekend since Friday. Thank God for Joanne Clark. Joanne, this is a shout out to you. I love you. She took my son today because I had to do the show tonight and I had to get, prep and everything like that. And she took him today, and it was supposed to be, that's another thing. That's a damn racket, this whole baseball travel thing. They give you this song and dance when you go, oh, we're going to nurture your kid and we're going to let him get
No,
this.
they
and
run you ragged.
they're like, write the check, sucker. And then they take your money and they lie to you the entire time that you're on these things. So we had game Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today. And I'm sorry, people, I prayed for the loss because I didn't want to do it tomorrow. And it's like ridiculous. It's thunder and lightning. Why are we having tournaments in June and July in Florida?
No.
It's 750
Florida.
degrees in the shade. With metal bats. No, we wooden
Good
bats.
point.
No, it's better even still. The parents get to sit on the metal
lovely.
bleachers so that when the lightning comes, you go up like a Christmas
That's
tree.
a huge fear of mine.
Oh
lightning,
my God!
So
You
I
have
wouldn't
no
even
idea.
be. I would be in
then
the car.
you're seeing the lightning, but the fields that we're on don't have lightning alarms. Only one field had a lightning alarm. But this complex that we were at in I don't know. I'm so confused. We were at 100 of them. Those kids could have been fried. And my fear is dry lightning because all of us, it'll just come out of nowhere.
I know.
And
the sky could be blue.
oh, for the love
No.
of Jesus. Brett Simmons says that add baseball to his. If I just have no life. This is supposed to be summer for the mothers, a little off time. You know,
Yeah.
we're doing our little side hustle here. I work a little per diem. I don't have to prep for school. I just have a presentation that I have to prep for. So it's supposed to be light and breezy. I'd like to sleep past 5 a.m. It's not happening. I could cry. I could
know.
cry.
So
Speaking
my-
of which, I think we should talk about traveling.
Travel, because in our
Get out
minds,
of
it's
town,
fantasy
girls.
every day.
Get
Oh,
out of
let's
town.
travel.
Yeah, actually, we're going to talk a little bit about travel. We tried to do a travel show, but then the internet went out, and it was just a hot mess. So we're going to talk about traveling today. So it's the broads who went abroad. That's what we're talking about. So since summer is upon us and people are making last-minute plans, we had to cancel our plans because of baseball. That's why we had to cancel our plans. But we're going to talk about a couple of places that Lorianne and I both have in common and talk about our adventures that we went. We're going to talk about Canada. Are we talking about Canada right now, Blake? Okay. We're going to talk about Canada in two separate parts because that's how our pictures are going to come up. But we're going to talk about Victoria, which is an island off Vancouver, easily accessible from the state of Washington, which we will talk about as well. Victoria is probably one of the most beautiful places I have ever been. It's a British Columbia, and it's really, really beautiful. We had gone a couple of years ago, and we.
I
it's
love
so
the
much-
whale watching.
It's so
That's
much fun.
amazing.
We took a ferry from Washington to Vancouver, and then Vancouver, I think we took another ferry to Victoria. We took another ferry to Victoria, and it was so cool because it was the first time my kids ever had to use their passports. So they made a big deal of it, and they stamped their passports. It was so much fun. So when we went in to Victoria, we went whale watching, as you could see. It was amazing, and these are not my pictures. But we did go on a nice boat like that, and the whales were that close when we saw them. We actually, before the whale watch, we went to the bug zoo, and I have to be honest with you, if you're into bugs, it's great. If you're not into bugs, you need to stay outside, because they have creatures in there that literally, they had these Brazilian cockroaches.
Ugh.
They were the size of my head. That's how
Oh.
big they were. I was vomiting the entire time, but my kids were having a ball. We actually went to Fisherman's Wharf, which was amazing. There's all these real houseboats, and it's right on the water, and you just walk aimlessly, and these are real people living in these boats that are just amazing. And then there was a couple of restaurants. Oh my God, it was the best food I ever had. And they were like little shacks. It was so much fun. The food was amazing, and it's just ridiculous. And then my favorite thing is we went to high tea. It was so much. My kids hated every second of it. They just liked the cake. They didn't like the little sandwiches. But it was so cool because you have to get dressed up and, and like fancy. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. So I totally recommend Victoria if you have the opportunity to do that. It's Seattle, Victoria, and Vancouver. It's Vancouver and Victoria, so it's really good. What's next, Blakey? Balaki. That's what we like to call him, Balaki. Blake, can I tell him your middle name too? Is it okay? Blake's name is Blake Aaron, so we call him Balaki Aaron right now. We just learned that this evening, that his middle name. We're going to Chicago. I love Chicago. Actually, Chicago.
Deep dish pizza.
Now we got to talk about that. It's disgusting. But I have to be honest with you, as a snotty New Yorker, which is what I am. Oh, what a city this is! It is probably I honestly
I
can
love
tell
Chicago.
you, it is. I kind of love Chicago a lot.
It's like a cleaner, nicer version of New York.
It's just so different. The people are so.
Midwesterners are
It's so they're
different.
so nice.
It's
and
great.
Very active all night long, which I enjoyed. We stayed at a really great place on State Street. We stayed at a Clinton Hotel, hashtag Clinton, so that you can maybe want to sponsor us. And it was very beautiful. But what's really, really amazing about it is it's like a mini New York City, and there is something to do all the time. First of all, let's get the pizza issue out of the way. I got to say one thing. Deep dish pizza is like pizza
Horrible.
soup. It is
It's horrible.
disgusting. 'Cause this is coming from a snotty New Yorker, but I will
That was
tell
like
you.
the first time I went to Chicago. It was like, oh, you have to get the deep
Don't
dish.
get it.
And I went, and first of all, when it came out, I was like,
It's a hot mess of a soup
it's
of bread.
messy looking.
And there's no, the
it's-
sauce is on top. It's just a mess.
terrible. Yeah.
But there are two places that we went to, Lou Malnetti's and Gino's. Gino's has a cornmeal crust, which I liked
That's
better.
why I went, was Gino's.
Yeah, I liked Gino's better, the crust, than Lou's. Lou's was like, no offense, Lou, but you need to do something with that crust. It was a hot mess. But it's soup. Don't eat it. It's not for me. If you
terrible.
want pizza, go to New York because that's where you'll get good pizza. But there is a place that is in Chicago called Italy. It is also in New York City.
Yes.
I have to be honest with you. If you want to die happy, you need to go to this place. I have never in my life
amazing.
eaten food like that, ever in my life. I had tagliatelle in a bolognese sauce, everything that I never really eat. And then I don't even eat red meat. They had this not roast beef, prime rib sandwich in this some kind of sauce. They were not the juice. I don't know what you want to call
You
it.
could eat till you die in
And
there.
on bread with broccoli rabe. I have to be honest with you. Had I had died that day, I would have died a very happy woman. So I have to tell you, the food in Chicago is amazing. The Navy Pier, totally fun. Tons of rides, and you can take a boat ride and tour the city. I met girlfriends that I'm on Facebook now with. They were lovely girls. They're very, very young and beautiful, but we made friends. We got to see the Trump building there. It's huge. It's like amazing. That was not a Trump plug. I'm just saying. And then we
Make
went,
America great again.
Yes, exactly. The trains are amazing. We took trains to Wrigley Field. And I have to tell you, Wrigley Field was beautiful. It's
Back
amazing
to baseball.
see. Yeah, well, that's why we went. What's really cool about the field is it's in the middle of the city. It's in the middle of the neighborhood.
All right, who cares? Enough
No,
about
I have to
baseball.
tell you, people, and they have the best. That city is amazing for food. I'm not kidding you. We
It
went
is
to a
good.
place called Wiener something or other. It was amazing. You got to go. You got to
Wieners.
definitely go. They're known for their hot dogs, and they put all kinds of
Obviously, I
crap
wouldn't
on
think
it.
they'd name
Yeah,
it
not
wieners
not
for
that kind of
something
wiener.
else.
So it was very safe to me. I did not feel upset. We went to Chinatown. You could piss that part. It was not good. I was a little frightened. Yeah, there was kitties, no cats in the hotel. But that's, I think, any Chinatown. They have beaches, believe it or not, in Chicago because they're on the Lake Michigan. And I have to tell you something beautiful. Cold though. We went in June. It was
Very
very cold.
cold.
And it's not good for hair
It's
weather
not
because you get
called
the
the
lake.
Windy City for nothing.
My hair was very big and curly while we were in Chicago. And they have,
Is
of course,
there
they
any
have the old
place
Chicago.
that you go that your hair isn't big and curly?
No, not ever. Not ever. All right, Blake. What's next, honey bunny?
Because they have low humidity there.
Yeah, no, the lake effect. You get the lake. Oh, we're going to Seattle. I love Seattle. Seattle is one of the most beautiful cities I've been to, and my family is there. So shout
When
out
is
to
the
my
best
select
time
Seattle
to go
family.
to Seattle when it's not raining constantly?
Well, we went in June, and I
Now?
got to tell you, now.
Yeah?
Not, we had no rain. It was simply gorgeous. I have to tell you, also a wonderful city for food, particularly the fish,
Is that
because they
another
catch
baseball
it.
pitcher
What-
on here?
Yes, I went to baseball. Why do you think we go to these places? That's why I'm all goddamn sick of goddamn baseball. The only time I will not be sick of baseball if I meet a nice player. Then I won't be sick. You come over, you say hello, have a seat with us. We can chat at baseball, and I can chat very much about
Vivian
baseball.
says Italy is nirvana. Yes,
It
it
is.
is.
It is.
It's heaven.
The Space Needle, obviously, so much fun, so cool. You can go up it. There's a restaurant. It's lovely. I had a wonderful time. Pike's Market is a landmark, similar to what you would see in Philadelphia, like the Reading Terminal Market. Similar thing, lots of food, lots of fun.
Isn't Seattle home of the Starbucks?
Well, I was getting to that. You can actually go and eat. It's right there on the screen. The original Starbucks. That was the first and the original Starbucks.
I can't stand Starbucks.
So I don't either. I don't like it, but it was fun to see. And of course, we went to Safeco Stadium to visit the Mariners, and that is a gorgeous stadium as well. Very, very, very reminds me of Old Time Stadium. The where you sit is so beautiful. Very, very immaculately clean. Yeah, people are awesome. It's just a beautiful city to tour. It's amazing. People are just so nice. I had the best time when we went, and plus my family was there. So shout out to my family in Washington. Where are we going now? We're going around the globe, Blake. You could put us on the screen
to Florida
for a minute so
and
people
get
know.
good wildlife views right now.
Oh my God.
Alligators.
Yeah, put us back on the screen for a second, because you know what? We're going to talk about that poor lady. If you come to Florida, we're going to ask you, well, remember what happened in Disney?
Well, there's certain times of the year, and this is right now, where they're mating, so they're very aggressive. So you have to be very careful.
Stay
You
away
do not walk
from
your pets on the
bodies of
water line.
Yeah, I'm very afraid of it. We have a lake in my neighborhood. Do you have a body? Well, you're all surrounded by water where you are. They're going to come up and see. I got to be
Well, and
honest.
people
with you.
act like they get so shocked. There was a gator attack. We live in Florida.
We live in Florida. I live in the Everglades,
it's-
for Christ's sake.
it's-
The
yeah,
only
the
thing I can tell
Everglades
you,
are
those
right behind
alligators
us.
should be shoes and belts and pocketbooks. That's all they should be. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about
it's
here.
especially with pets or young, like really small children walking along the. You can't.
I'm afraid.
You can't at this time of
I
year.
am
You just
afraid.
can't.
My mother-in-law is going to be out of her mind because she called me this morning at 6:30, but I was in the shower. So I'm assuming, no, I was at the gym. So I'm assuming that she was calling to discuss the alligator event.
Did you see that video that mom posted to the news station where her son was actually on a slip and slide it was an alligator raft, a blow up alligator raft, which is ironic. And he's sliding on the slip and slide, and the mom's videoing, and she's like, "Oh, come back and get a running start." And I had to watch the video 4 or 5 times to actually see the alligator. And that finally somebody in the comments said,
ground?
"Look, this is the alligator, this is the kid." And he literally
Lunch.
walked by, his mom's videoing. You could see the alligator on the ground. The kid turns around, he's like, "Oh yeah, Mom, you're..." And the alligator literally is right there. She never got attacked. Thankfully, she noticed it later when she played back the video and realized that whole time that gator was just sitting there
I
waiting.
am not a gun person because I'm afraid of them, but I would carry a gun now. During this time of the year, I'd shoot it, make it a pocketbook.
And the
belt,
lake was over here.
They walk out because
So
they don't know what
the
they're
alligator
doing.
was actually coming between her house and another house, probably going back to the lake is what, I would assume is what was happening. And maybe, but talk about fortunate. It wasn't his time to
Holy
go.
cow. Holy cow. Ooh, I don't like that. All right, we're going to Maine? We're going off the screen, Maine. All right, let's talk about Vancouver. I have to say, I think Vancouver is probably heaven on earth. I really do. And I've been to Florence, and that's pretty enchanting. But Vancouver, I don't understand. I think when we went, just to see that you're on land and then you look up and the mountains are full of snow. It is spectacular. It's a gorgeous city. It's very fun. And they're not French, so that's good. No offense to our French friends. But Montreal was not as nice as far as people were concerned. Of course, we went to Stanley Park when we were there, which is not a baseball park, obviously. We went there, and there's biking and hiking, and you can take a seaplane, and it was amazing. You can have picnics, there's beaches, family fun and attractions for all.
Not hot and
It was
humid.
not hot and humid at all. It was very gorgeous walking weather. We went to Capilano Suspension Bridge. I don't think we have a picture of it there, but we went on the suspension bridge. It is amazing. It's a little scary, but it's amazing. Gastown is like their nightlife area, and you can see it. It's on the bottom left. Oh my God, amazing. Fun, food, nightlife, exciting, gorgeous, and immaculately clean. Like immaculately clean.
How much time would you say you could spend there?
In Vancouver,
Without getting
you can
bored or-
without getting bored. You can definitely do 5 days in
Oh, okay.
Vancouver and like 4 days in 3 days in Victoria. You can definitely spend 5 days in Vancouver. It's so beautiful. There's something to do with the on and off. That they have the on and off thing. The like the trolley thing. You
Yeah,
can get on
jump
and off,
on
which
and
is,
jump off,
so
yeah.
amazing because you literally we spent like 4 hours just in the Gaslight District. It was amazing. It was so much fun. And then we went to Grove Mountain where you can ski, obviously. But in the summer, you go on the tram and it's the most breathtaking view. And we zip lined, which was really fun.
Nice.
On Grouse Mountain, and then there's also they have a beautiful. We don't have a picture of it, but they have the most gorgeous botanical gardens, and also in Victoria as well. Stunning, like literally. I have 3 boys, my husband and the 2 boys. They were like mesmerized at how gorgeous it was. So it's a lot of fun. I tell you, if you really want to leave the country, but you don't want to leave too far, Canada is like your attic in America because we don't really know what's in the attic until you go in there and go, wow, look at this. It's amazing up here. And it really is. It's like America's attic. It's just amazing because it's a treasure. I would like to go to Toronto to see what that's all about too. And naturally we'll be going
Big
to
city
see
life
the Blue
there,
Jays.
yeah.
But
Stay there.
yeah, you could stay right there. Yeah, well, like that. You can do
Oh,
that in San Diego
there you go.
too. You can stay literally right at the stadium. There is a hotel. Did there, been there, did that, have the T-shirt. Yay me! Whoopee! All right, we're coming back on air. So that's our little trip around the world. Well, pretty much around the world and our attic. Around the country and our attic. Let's go to Maine. That's one of my lovey things. That's where I'm going to retire with my boyfriend. I've decided that I'm going to get a boyfriend and I'm going to retire in Maine and we're going to just eat fish and I don't know what else. Maybe just have sex and eat fish. That's it. So Maine, we went to Kennebunkport and Ogunquit and Portland. You will fly into Portland. First you will fly to probably JFK or LaGuardia. And then you'll get on a very, very small plane and sweat the entire time because you'll be frightened. It's got like a propeller and somebody's out there pulling it. It makes me very nervous, but they were very nice. I literally thought the plane is so small that you don't like board. Normally you walk on the tarmac to get on the plane. I was not doing well. Next time if we go there, I'm going to have to take a straight flight into Portland if they have it, or a lot of Xanax because I was really scared. But Kennebunkport, Ogunquit, and Portland, very, very, very spectacular scenery. Gorgeous, gorgeous beaches. We took a trail.
But I don't think you could do this trip last minute. Most people book this at least a year.
No, I
in
don't.
advance
I have
because
to be
it's
honest.
a popular summer
It's
destination.
a very popular summer destination. However, if you go, like we booked our trip in April, and we went in June, and I will tell you something. Where we stayed was amazing. We stayed at a place called Hidden Pond. #Hidden Pond. Let me tell you something. Worth every dime that you have. I cannot tell you. They said it's on like 89 acres and there's like 60 cottages. I'm like, all right, it'll be cool. This was no cottage, sisters. Let me tell you right now. This was like 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, washer and dryer. Full stock kitchen is an option. You can have an unstocked or full stocked. I got a full stocked kitchen. Porch outside screened in with a porch bed. It was a really beautiful fireplace. It was very romantic. Every morning you get up and there's coffee and pastries waiting for you at your door in a thermos. It was really, really, really beautiful. Probably the best seafood I've ever eaten, and it was just a lot of fun. It was beautiful. Lots of things to do: beach, hiking, kayaking. Oh my God, shopping. It was quaint. It was adorable. I totally recommend Maine. I want to live there. I want to be that old lady that, like in the wintertime, you never come out because you're cooking and baking, and then in the summertime you come out and you just are always like you fish for your own food. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. It really was. The food is outrageous. I had the most amazing sandwich when we were there. It was a lobster grilled cheese. Oh my God. It was so rich that it was one sandwich we split 4 ways. That's how rich it was. It was lobster, Munster cheese, avocado, and bacon.
Wow.
About 1,000 calories a bite, but worth every bite. It was amazing. I have to tell you, it was beautiful. And then we took a little side trip to, because that was Kennebunkport and Ogunquit, and we actually saw President Bush's compound where they live. Pretty nifty, I gotta say. And you can go like almost right up to it. It's like pretty freaky. And then we went to Portland, and Portland's like a city, and it was really, really fun. We got to do we went on where the docks are and stuff like that, and saw all that kind of stuff. It was really cool. I have to tell you, we were very fortunate to live in such a beautiful country. We really
Yes. Well, you forget about a lot of places that
Yeah.
are here. Oh, Amalfi Coast. Yes.
are. Well, that's where I want to go
It's
next.
not to love about Italy. I mean, I love all
Yeah,
of
I mean,
Italy.
there's not. I could
would
literally.
go
I
there
could
and
live there.
That's where I want to
I could live there.
retire.
Yeah, I could live there.
Definitely.
When we went to Venice, it was like you can't imagine seeing a city on water, you know. And you got these little old guys looking out the window, waving at you. I was like,
Little
was
old
waving
guys.
at.
You have these hot guys on the
No, I
gondolas
know.
with green eyes and dark
The
hair
gondola
and
guys were
Italian
really
accents.
cool. They were
Ooh.
cool. I was, you know, it was very nice. I have to be honest with you, lots of eye candy in Italy.
Lots of it.
Lots of eye candy in Italy. And everyone smokes, though.
Everyone,
We
I
went
know.
in December. Everyone
That's
smokes,
true,
and
yeah.
everyone has a fur, which I enjoy. And I know that's politically incorrect as well, but I enjoy a fur. And they all smoke.
Yeah.
Even the little tiny little old ladies, they had some patch of fur on
Mm-hmm.
their clothing. I was very impressed with that. And smoking, and everybody uses a cell phone. It's so weird to be in a country where they smoke in a restaurant.
Yeah, everywhere. Right.
Like while
It
you're
is
eating, they're
strange.
smoking
Yeah.
right at you.
It's very strange. Yeah, that's how it used to be here,
I
but
know, but it's so amazing because they don't, like, Noah and I, when we first went, we went to dinner at 7:00, and we were like, but nobody comes to Italy. It was empty. By 10:00,
yeah, it's rolling.
they eat so late because they
Yeah,
rest.
well, they have siestas
They
every
rest,
day. That's my
and I
favorite part.
enjoy
Take a
it.
nap for 2
Literally, you
hours.
could be bleeding from your eyes between 12 and 3.
Yeah.
Nothing's going on.
No.
We couldn't find a pharmacy.
It's not the place for you, honestly,
No,
because
and I
you,
have to. No, I have
you
to
wake
be,
up at 3
I
a.m.
know.
and go to bed at
I
8.
have to be on. No, but that's pretty good. It would be all right. I'd take a nap. I'd be awake. But I have to tell you, like, we kept looking, and they had these signs, like, engraved stone, Dr. So-and-so, you know. And I was like, no, we got to move here. This would be really cool. But we never saw a hospital. And the pharmacist, you get everything over the counter over there. There's no...
They come to I had them come to my hotel room because
So
I got sick. They came right to the
awesome.
hotel room.
So awesome. I totally love the culture there.
Yeah.
Totally love it. You get a little churched out after a while, though. I got to be honest with you. There was so
think so. I
many.
didn't
I was
notice
getting
that.
confused after a while. And Noah was like, because where are we going? I said, where do you think we're going? Going to another church. So it was really funny. But we went to the synagogue there in Rome as well, too. It's one of the biggest synagogues in the world. Unbelievable. Like, it's so old, and you really get affected. And same thing when you go to Vatican City.
Oh, amazing.
You cry. You literally
Unreal.
cry.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Vivian likes you're going to Positano? Not fair, sister.
No, if I go missing.
Oh, if I go missing, she'll be. I don't have my
I'll
glasses
come look
on.
for you. Don't worry.
No, we'll the 2 broads are on it, sister. Don't worry about it. Tell me. We'll be right there, sister.
The Mom's Club that we're
Mom's
joining.
Club, we're going to Positano.
I'm sorry, I'm on a mission. I gotta
There
go
you
look
go.
for something.
There you go. So, as you know, summer is upon us. So, a lot of our guests are going to be coming and going because, as are we. We're going to be coming and going. So, you're going to see some lives. Maybe you'll just see one of us here for a while, or you'll see some pre-record. So we just want to prep you because I have a lot of baseball ahead of me, and we are going on vacation. Both of us are taking our vacations, so you'll see us. We're not going anywhere. And then obviously, as we get closer once August comes, we'll be really ready to go. We're actually going to have a pediatrician come on, talk about what the do's and don'ts for school, which will be fun. We're going to have an author come on, and he wrote a book about his life as a cop and what happened in 9/11. So we're going to have a lot of interesting guests coming up our way. But
All right.
yeah, we're excited. So we're going to call it a night tonight because we're tired, and I'm all baseballed out, and you're tired of hearing us, I think. But we are going to say goodnight for tonight. But we will see you next Monday at 7:00 sharp.
And if there's any subjects you want us to talk about, always feel free to leave us comments, and we will look into talking about
Absolutely.
things that you want to talk about with us. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.
All right. Good night.
Thank you for joining the 2 Broads from Boca. You can see us live every Monday at 7 p.m. on Facebook. See you next week, and remember, keep it classy, sassy, and a little smartassy.